Picture this for a second. So every day I wake up and I tell myself, today I'm going to do this, this, and this, and I'm going to be so productive. But I'll do this important thing right after I play some video games, right after I masturbate, right? Just being honest. So soon enough, the end of the day rolls by, and that thing, the important thing, or multiple things that I told myself I'd get done at the start of the day, none of them have gotten done, or maybe a few have gotten done, but the main things haven't. This was me a lot of times before. It still is me sometimes now. But I have improved majorly in the past little while. And I'm going to talk about what the game changer was for me to get me to finally start actually doing the things that I want to do. So stick around, I will get into it. All right, just a real quick introduction for those who may not know me. I was in a terrible, terrible place years ago mentally. I had a lot of anxiety, just life wasn't going my way. And now I'm at a point where I have the goal physique that I set out to achieve, and I've also gotten the job that I always wanted. And in this channel, I kind of go through my journey, talk about things I've learned, and other information. So if any of that sounds interesting, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Just one thing, I'm like a little huddled in because I'm trying to keep my mic as close to me as possible. Some people have said the audio is not good, so I'm hoping this will help out. Anyway, so let's get into it. I do have some notes in front of me. If I'm looking at the front, just looking at my notes. So firstly, I want to talk about the fact that failing to plan is planning to fail, right? So imagine this for a second. I'm going to run you through another scenario that has happened to me, again, a lot before, still sometimes happens, but a whole lot before. So I just ate a huge meal. I'm feeling groggy. I'm feeling tired. I can feel the fatigue of eating a big meal coming through. And I think to myself, well, you know what I need to do, that important thing I need to do is going to take 2 hours, 3 hours. I still have some time. I'm going to nap for a little bit. And then afterwards, I'm going to do it. And I go to take a little nap. That 20-minute nap turns into a 5-hour nap. And I end up, again, not getting the thing done that I wanted to. There's no time left for me to do my work. And I feel like poo, right? This was, again, a fairly common occurrence that used to happen to me. And what I've realized from this is that having routine is very important, right? Without routine, whether or not something gets done is a maybe, right? And naturally, I feel like that leaves my goals to become a maybe as well. If I'm maybe doing the things that are needed to achieve the goal, then that goal might be achieved. You know what I mean? Now, for the longest time, I thought I was one of those people that could do without a routine, right? Yet I can count time and time again where I have been less than stellar at making sure that all my tasks are complete. So I was like, in a delusional state. I thought, I don't need a routine. I'm fine. But clearly I wasn't fine because I was missing the tasks I needed to do again, and again. And I already know because I'm going to go to the practical recommendations near the end of this video. I'll timestamp this as well if you want to skip right to it. But I already know some people are going to come to me and say, oh, but you can be productive without a routine and you don't need a schedule and all that. Like, yes, okay, I understand not everyone needs a routine, but I will say this. If you're one of those people, you probably already know. And a lot of those people who I see at least who tell me that they are one of those people, they usually aren't, right? If you are one of those people, more power to you. But at least in my lifetime, I've yet to meet someone who can consistently get the things done that they need to, and they can do it without routine. But again, if you are one of those people, hey, more power to you. So now I want to talk about something which I call procrastination stress, right? So I'm going to run you through another scenario. My heart is, beating real fast, and I just have this feeling of dissatisfaction inside of me, right? And sometimes it's so strong that I borderline feel like crying. And this is happening to me because I'm choosing to play video games and procrastinating instead of doing the thing that I know that I should be doing. And deep down in my heart, I know all the benefits that I can reap if I just do the work. I know I'm capable of doing the work. I know I'm capable of achieving the goal, but I'm just procrastinating, right? And this is another thing that once you get into a routine, you're able to get rid of. There's no more of this procrastination stress. So, okay, realistically and practically, what did I do that actually helped me out the most? So I would say, at least, again, this is what helped me. I understand everyone's different. This is what helped me, is planning your things out. Have a rough schedule for what you're going to do throughout the day. Now, of course, life happens. Schedules won't be followed 100%. but have a rough schedule of what you will do throughout the day and then execute it at that time. If 1 o'clock is time to work, assuming no emergency has happened or nothing super urgent has come up, then 1 o'clock is the time to work. You sit down and you get to work. So the procrastination cure, just to summarize it, completely clearly, the procrastination cure that has helped me the most is having a routine, having a schedule, and following it diligently. I'll be honest with you, there's, not a single time, even though I've been doing this for a while now, there's not a single time where I don't not feel like I'm confusing myself in negations, but basically there's not a single time where I feel like working, right? Like every single time, well, when I need to get to work, when I need to do something important, my mind's like, oh, but we can be playing video games, we could go outside, oh, let's, chat with a friend for a bit. Like there's a million and one things my mind wants to do instead of working. But with the routine, scheduling, it's really helped me out that, when it's time, it's time. I don't really think too much about it. I just go to it, get to work. And once you get to work, things kind of just start flowing, right? Now, the last thing I want to say is be kind to yourself. Love yourself always. Now, you might be wondering why I threw this in here. It doesn't necessarily directly correlate to procrastination, but I want to talk about this a little bit. So my whole self-improvement journey, right? Whether it was financial self-improvement, physique-wise, any sort of improvement endeavor. Previously, I did it all out of a place of pure negativity. I'd tell myself, you're not good enough, you don't look good enough, you're never gonna get dates looking like this, so you need to work out, get fit. And if I'd miss a gym workout, I'd be like, I can't believe you've done this, look at you, you look like shit. How did you think skipping a workout was okay? And similar thoughts ran through my mind for the financial side of things. I would think to myself, if I ever missed a deadline, if work wasn't up to standards, oh, you couldn't even, complete this work, you couldn't even complete this deadline. How are you gonna complete a harder deadline in the future? How are you ever gonna get to your goal? And I was always just thinking very negatively and fueling myself out of anger and such things. Realistically, anytime you're trying to achieve a goal, life doesn't always go your way. Even with creating a schedule, again, schedules are estimates, right? Life is going to get in the way. Sometimes you're going to want to do something, resources aren't going to be available. A million and one things could happen, right? And just the fact that depending on where you are right now, because, for me to get to the point where I consistently follow my schedule, I eat fairly healthy, I exercise, on a routine 4 to 5 times a week at least, it was a long time until I got to that point. Right? At first, it was like, okay, just going to the gym 3 times a week. And even that was fairly difficult. And then 4 times a week. And then I'd miss days in between. And, even nowadays, sometimes I miss days in between. Okay, now we go 5 times a week. Okay, even then sometimes, you know what I mean? So you will, whenever you're trying to create a new habit, you will mess up. You're not going to, like, no one I know at least has had, a vision like I'm going to achieve this goal, no matter how small or no matter how big, right? And they're just perfect, 100%, and they don't mess up. You will mess up along the way. Don't let that, don't beat yourself up over these things. It's very natural. It's a very human thing for that to happen. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself, and work hard. And I believe you will succeed. That is all I have for this video. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to put my Instagram, TikTok somewhere on the screen. Please do support over there as well. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.